You're watching Study with Sudhir. This is your favorite digital classroom. My name is TS Sudhir. Yesterday, there was a marathon 3-hour long meeting between 2 and 5 p.m. with teachers and educators in which the ICSE Council provided clarifications on what kind of question papers the students can expect as part of the Term 1 MCQ based online examinations in November and December. Okay, so this is an important video because we are going to tell you exactly what was discussed and what are the big takeaways for the students as well as the teachers, right? The one big takeaway is that you got to study everything. That is the mota headline. You no longer have the luxury that isko chhod do, let me leave out this chapter, let me leave out this part of this chapter. I find it very boring, I find it very complicated. You no longer have that luxury because in this very limited syllabus, out of which the questions will be asked, questions can be asked from anywhere. And if the examiner really wants to test whether you have studied everything or not, he or she will ask questions from some nook and corner of the reduced syllabus. So study everything. That is the mota headline as far as this meeting was concerned, which is why on Study with Sudhir app, we insist that no shortcut should be taken, because if you take a shortcut, you will only end up like Mr. Oliver in Ruskin Bond's Face in the Dark, right? Yaad hai na? On Study with Sudhir app, our focus is on detailed explanations, detailed explanation in our videos. Then very elaborate notes so that you can use them efficiently for revision purposes. Before examination, also for understanding. Step 3 is through MCQs, right? So videos, notes, and then testing them through MCQs, first chapter wise, then test paper wise. So you see, we try to cover all flanks, and that is how every student, every teacher should prepare for this November, December term 1 examinations. Of course, there is also mentoring, which is a major component of Study with Sudhir, because we don't believe in just an exam oriented approach. That is there. But along with the exam oriented approach, the emphasis is also on making them better citizens of this country and of this world. That's very important. Students on the app would vouch for that. So please do check it out. So essentially, leave nothing to chance, study everything. Questions can be asked from any nook and corner. 3 points were specifically mentioned in the meeting. Students should know how to eliminate options. Now, this is something which will come with practice. See, when you look at the 4 options, the first thing is that, okay, ye sab galat hai, ye theek hai, and you kind of tick mark it. You tick the correct option, what you think is the correct option. Usually what will happen is that in many of the questions, there could be 2 options or sometimes even 3, which would be very close to each other. Very close to each other. And then you need to think. So if you are looking to kind of finish a 1-hour long paper in 25 minutes, sorry, you're just wasting the 35 minutes. You give it time, because MCQs essentially test your recall value, test your understanding, test how well you are able to apply the knowledge that you have gained. So it's a 3-step process, and on all these parameters, you will be tested. So जल्दबाजी में गलत ऑप्शन को टिक मार्क मत कीजिए. Learn how to eliminate the wrong option one by one. Take time over each question, whether it's mathematics, whether it's English language, or whether it is geography. Okay, so that's something very fundamental. In some cases, especially grammar, you will have to go with the closest approximation. Ye bhi ho sakta hai, so be aware of that. In physics, I'm told expect your question paper to have several numerical based questions. That's the information coming out of this meeting. Okay. Now, while preparing the students, and this is specifically for teachers, because I know at least on the app, even on the YouTube channel, there are many teachers who are our esteemed subscribers and members. So for the teachers of ICSE schools, one of the things that you need to bear in mind while you're preparing your students ahead of these term 1 examinations is that your question should have a connect between the learning goals. कि उस chapter को पढ़ने से फायदा क्या है? What is the goal that you have in mind while you are teaching that particular chapter? So there has to be a connect between the learning goals and the MCQs. That is important, so that it's not disconnected. You are not just giving MCQs for the sake of giving MCQs. There has to be a definite connect. That's something very important. Also remember, students should not expect direct textbook questions. होंगे, ऐसे भी आएंगे, but all the questions will not be like, okay, textbook page number 59 पे ये था, I will get the same question. No, it will not happen. There could be a connection between page number 59 and page number 49, and you could be asked a question on that. So please be adequately prepared to deal with such questions. Okay, सीधा इसका definition क्या है will not be asked. The aim is to make you think, to test how much you have understood it, not just simply ratifying it, not simply mugged up kind of an approach. So I would request everyone out here, go and check yourself out on how well you fare on the test papers which are given on our app. Please do go and check it out. There are free papers. Please go and check it out just to get a feel of how it is. Okay, so a changed approach is very important. Last point, specimen paper is very important. Look at the specimen paper also to see कि इस chapter में से कितने questions आए हैं, so that you can kind of tailor your study approach accordingly. That okay, from this chapter, if I have got this many questions, that means this chapter is more important. I probably need to revise it a couple of times more, because the weightage is that much more for this chapter compared to another chapter. So that is also something which you need to bear in mind. You need to study everything, but the importance can vary depending on the weightage. So those are the points that came out of this meeting. More such meetings will take place, and as and when we get to know of the information, we'll bring it to you. Last point, no information was given about which platform the examination will take place, whether it will be home based or school based. No information was provided. So please don't keep asking that question. If I have that information, that will certainly be provided to all of you. Thank you very much for watching. Happy learning.